Elite Facts presents
7 lies advertisers use to trick you.
7.
Numbers mean nothing. What is it about companies who think we're impressed with all the numbers and statistics of a product? 97% of women prefer Dove deodorant. First of all, who's even conducting a study like that? Excuse me, ma'am, I'm not a perv or anything, but which type of deodorant do you prefer? Secondly, how can I get in on that study? Maybe that's actually a good icebreaker. And finally, why advertise this? Okay, Dove didn't really include this info in their advertisement, but you get what we mean. The best example of this is fish oil. A few years back, a slew of companies triumphantly declared that trials had proven that fish oil helped school children concentrate. They had data, figures, and serious-sounding statistics. They couldn't be lying, right? Except they could, and they were. The data came from a laughably small study on omega-3, not on fish oil. Meanwhile, an actual study into fish oil proved that it made no difference whatsoever. Despite this, however, fish oil pill sales skyrocketed thanks to these claims. Turns out that stuff like this goes on all the time in the health industries.
6.
The product never looks like the picture. Who's seen that film Falling Down starring Michael Douglas? The film about a divorced and unemployed former defense engineer who goes off the rails and wreaks havoc across the city, all while trying to make it to his daughter's birthday party. It's a wild film, but there's one scene that relates perfectly to what we're talking about here, the fast food restaurant scene. Michael Douglas's character holds the restaurant at gunpoint, all because he missed the breakfast menu. When receiving a burger, he goes on a full-blown rant about how the actual product looks like garbage compared to the advertisement. Well, you've got to admit, he has a valid point. Why don't McDonald's burgers look as advertised? Why don't Ubisoft games look as polished as they do during the conference presentations? Although companies are legally obliged to use real food in their promotional pictures, there's no law saying they can't airbrush it. Pots of glue, motor oil, brown shoe polish, if it can make that big crap look like a Big Mac, food photographers will use it. So the moment we enter the store, we're already suffering from unrealistic expectations.
5.
Branded goods are apparently better for you. That's what the advertisers want you to think. Let's just say this, brand loyalty is dumb. Just because something is a name brand and is somewhat more pricey than regular products doesn't mean the quality is good. When a man of moderate means goes to buy coffee and faces a choice between expensive Starbucks or Costa coffee, and believe us, we're the types of people who love a good Costa coffee, mid-range Dewey Egberts or Nescafe, and a forlorn-looking bag of Tesco store brand, the man is most likely to choose anything but anything that's store-branded. But here's the thing. In a blind taste test, Walmart coffee scored higher than Folgers and Maxwell House, and equal to Starbucks. Very surprising, right? This wasn't a one-off test, though. Similar tests have proven that people often can't differentiate between cheap and expensive products. Think that's weird? How about a test that was conducted that compared both Pepsi and Coca-Cola? Blind tasters repeatedly named Pepsi the better drink until they were told it was Pepsi, whereupon they quickly changed their minds. Intrigued, scientists ran a brain scan and found out that the tasters were telling the truth about their enjoyment levels. Pepsi really did start tasting worse once people knew what it was. Maybe it's the association with Kendall Jenner that's turned them off Pepsi.
4.
Epic words just spice the package up. Long, bitter experience has taught most of us that words like deluxe don't mean jack. If anything, it means anything else but deluxe. Okay, maybe deluxe isn't the best example, but here's one where Shure has tricked a bunch of people. Next time you see a box of Hostess cakes that say Smart Baked, don't bother. If anything, you're better off picking up the regular version of your favorite treat, as this Smart Baked stuff is partially hydrogenated oil. So technically, this makes Smart Baked stuff more unhealthy. How about when they use words with clear definitions, like light or low fat? Well, last year, a consumer group ran a study that concluded the health difference between light and regular options was almost non-existent. Another example, and more researched, includes the study that compared light and normal biscuits and found just 8 calories of difference. We know, shocking, 8 whole calories. While another measured the fat in lighter cheddar and concluded that it was still dangerously high. The trouble is that advertisers completely exaggerate on the massive gap between a term's legal meaning and its regular one. So while lighter cheddar may have the required 30% less fat, it's still a guaranteed future coronary. Even worse are ambiguous words, which essentially get a free pass.
3,
Reduced sugar. Okay, so this one is just a straight up lie. The common reduced sugar or less sugar slogan is nothing but a lie. Okay, so let's take reduced sugar Heinz ketchup, for example. This ketchup only has 1 gram of sugar per serving. That's 75% less than their regular ketchup. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? I mean, who wouldn't want to pick this product over the regular one? Although it is true to a certain extent, what it lacks in sugar, it makes up for with artificial sweeteners and other garbage that's not healthy for you. It's like Diet Coke. Sure, it's 0 sugar, but there's tons more chemicals, sweeteners, and preservatives that make it taste nice. Take a look at the back of the bottle of Heinz ketchup and look at the ingredients. Sucralose, an artificial sweetener, is listed as one of the ingredients. Given the many negative health effects artificial sweeteners have on your body, we'd pass on this one. If we had the choice, we'd take the regular ketchup, even if it has more sugar.
2,
Anti-aging cream. Lies age as well as your damn cream. That's right, we're on to those facial creams that say, hey, we can make you look like you're 5 years old by taking 30 years of aging off of you. All you need to do is buy 200 tubs of our cream and you're set for life. It's all a load of crap. Now, we're not saying that these creams are completely useless, as they are good facial cleansers. However, it's a lie when they're saying that by using their product daily, you can look as good as the Photoshop model they use in their advertisements. All we're saying is, don't buy into their crap.
1,
Are these experts actually experts? Have you heard of the term cherry picking? I mean, let's be honest, no pizza company is going to have an expert's quote saying, yes, there's a ton of protein on this pizza and it's also chock full of sodium and other garbage. Yeah, they're not going to do that. Instead, they're going to choose the most positive quotes relating to the product and push it as much as they possibly can, and that's downright misleading to us consumers. Most of us are big enough to admit that we don't know everything. This is why we always look to experts for their take on certain products, so that they can bring us up to speed on topics about which our knowledge may be a little lacking. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, but as we've previously stated, companies cherry pick the most positive quotes given by experts. However, sometimes cherry picking doesn't work. That's when companies start to fabricate research for their own benefit. For example, back in 2012, the drug company Pfizer was forced to shell out $60 million when it turned out that employees were bribing doctors to recommend their products. While this was a massive scandal, similar stuff crops up all the time, whether it's doctors rehashing company press releases or people making up credentials to sell you useless medicine. Experts are often no more trustworthy than anyone else on the payroll. This just shows we can't always trust what we see on the product. It doesn't matter who the expert is. We need to ask ourselves, is it really likely that a group of experts really conducted experiments and came to the conclusion that Walker baked crisps are the healthier alternative to regular Walker's crisps? Or was it completely fabricated by the company? Who knows?
Don't forget to like us and subscribe for more Elite Facts.